Hello everyone, this is Mrs. Long, and this video is to give you a quick tour of the class Wiki protocol we'll be using in a collaborative project this week. You'll be looking at literary devices, and you've been learning how those are used effectively in the short stories you've chosen to read. And in this project, this assignment, you will be sharing the examples that you have found from your short stories, the examples of literary devices that you've found in your short stories, with other students in the class. And you'll be able to see all of their examples too, so that you're really working in sort of a structured environment as you learn how to use these devices and how authors have used them. So you'll begin with one of the two short stories that you read earlier in the session, and you'll identify 3 to 4 examples of literary devices. Those could involve theme, conflict, foreshadowing, flashback, irony, setting, imagery, and figurative language. So for each of those, you're going to be writing a summary of the context, what's going on in the short story, and then how that device is used and why it makes that short story so effective. Why is this good writing? Because remember, our goal here is that you are going to be the writer and you want as many tools in your toolbox as possible. So what we are going to be doing is putting this information on a class wiki, which you'll be able to access through this site here. Now, if you go to this website, this is a Google site with Jeffco Schools. So you will need to use your Jeffco Schools address with that in order to access this site. And that would be your student number at jeffcoschools.us. If you are a BOCES student, then please send me a message as soon as possible with the email address that you would like to make this available to, and I will go ahead and custom add you to that so that you can access this. So you're going to click on the site here, and it will bring you to our Literary Devices wiki. If you've used Wikipedia, you know that it's a collection of information. This is similarly a collection of information that everyone can edit, specifically the everyone in our class. So you'll get to this home page, and you'll have the instructions of what you're supposed to do here. And these are the instructions we just discussed. You're giving examples of literary devices, how they're used, and why they're effective. And you'll be looking at the different literary devices that you have here. So say you have one example of irony, one example of foreshadowing, and one example of figurative language. You would click on the respective area where you want to add your item. Now, just so that you know how to do this, I want to just make sure you're familiar with a wiki. You have all of your navigation tools up here. Everyone will have access to this material, so please be very careful, especially if you get to something that says delete, that you don't delete other people's work. But it's really very, very simple. You're going to go to the literary device that you want to post about. I'm going to choose conflict for now. Click on that. And you'll go to these navigation buttons, and this one with it looks like a pencil is called the edit page, so the editing function. So you will click on that, and what it will do is open up this text box here. Now you can see I've already got an example here of what you might want to do when you explain your literary device. This is an example of what I'm looking for. But when you come on, you will click the text box, and you will basically be able to add text on your own example of that literary device. So the next person who wants to talk about conflict will take over after I left off with this example text here and begin typing in this section here. And you'll have these types of different formatting buttons and options to choose from, just like you would in any kind of word processing program. And once you have done your actual writing, I'm going to erase this for now, then you will come up to the Save button, and that's it. You will have saved your example of this literary device. And then you can move on to your second one, whether it's foreshadowing or imagery, irony, theme, etc., and give information about that literary device. So you're going to be doing this 3 times. Each time, remember that you'll be choosing the Edit pencil, clicking in the text box, and adding your content below what other people have written. And that will be it. And then when you're done, you will have a good collection of all these different examples so that if you need to understand foreshadowing or flashback better, you can use some of the peer-created text to do that. And for the purposes of a grade and getting you guys the points that you deserve for the work that you're putting in here, you will need to come back to Schoology, and just like a regular assignment, you will be submitting your item. You'll be submitting the text that you had created for the wiki in this Dropbox. So you'll copy what you had written over here, and maybe you want to put it in a Word document first, but you'll copy that into a document, and then you will upload it here, and that's how you get your points. This is actually pretty simple, but if there's any questions on it, be sure to be in touch with me via chat, email, or text, or a phone call. So good luck with this. I think you'll enjoy it as a different sort of project, and I look forward to seeing the outcome.